say that every Friday.
I think I do.
Oh, it's me. I forgot.
Yeah, you do it. You go, Emma.
Live from room 819 at the Mascardi Hotel and Resorts in downtown Connecticut. It's a Hungry AF edition of Business Pants Friday featuring the entire crew of Free Float legends, Ari the Data Queen, Emma the Lurker, Matt the Musk, etc., etc. In this week's episode, shouting and other things. We are going to shout for sure. No doubt that there's
I don't want
shouting.
to be the Musk. Do I have to be the Musk? Why do I have to
You
be
kind
the
of
Musk?
are.
You
the
wear
Musk.
shirts
Matt
that say
Zuckerberg
"Be
was the
like
best
Musk."
one.
Well, those are ironic.
You're the most likely to be controversial.
I'm not going to be controversial
people
this
get
week. I'm
confused.
angry this week. I still am spending time down this rabbit hole. So if anybody listened to the show yesterday, the anti-woke rabbit hole, I'm still in it. Well, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I hate it.
Before we get okay, this is the Friday show. Wrap up the week. Story of the week. Assholiest of the week. What else we got? Goodliest of the week. Irritatingest of the week. But before we get going, I want to announce the first publicly traded company that I think is a ESG pun, and that is stakeholders. What's it? I already forgot the name. Stakeholders. What's it called?
It's
Stakeholders Holdings.
Stakeholder Foods Limited.
Okay, there
and
you
it's
go.
spelled STEAK holder. So like
3D bioprinted
steak.
steak. So I
Yeah.
think we've done it.
we
I
won.
Think I think ESG can retire
That's it.
itself.
We're
I think
over.
we're there. All right. You ready?
Nice.
All right, let's just quit this show then. Let's go home. We
Yay.
Who's doing that? How dare you?
won. Emma is.
Here we go. Story of the week. Come on.
You do it. It's you. You saying come on, like let somebody
That's all I
else
got.
go.
I was
You
hoping
go.
for a sound effect. Emma gave me
Yeah.
the same.
Pew, pew,
Sad.
pew.
There, Ari gave you one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I've separated mine into 4 different categories. I got woke capitalist wars. I got old-fashioned news, heinous founder cult bros,
How many headlines is this?
and I have some dystopia headlines. I know. This is what I do. Just leave me alone. Here we go. First in our
Crazy.
woke capitalist wars, let's go to Florida. A federal judge yesterday blocked a key provision of Florida's Stop Woke Act. This is called the Individual Freedoms Act.
They're great names.
Yeah,
Really
did everyone
good
go to
names.
the George W. Bush School of Diplomacy? Is that what happened here? It's just a bunch of nonsense. A bunch of nonsense nouns.
Freedom fries.
The Individual Freedoms Act prohibits employees in the state from forcing workers to attend diversity training that would make them feel uncomfortable or guilty about their race because of
What?
historical events.
Yeah.
Feel guilty. I like the guilt.
How did I end up being a Black Studies minor? I mean, I don't understand. I didn't feel guilty or uncomfortable. It just I don't understand that. What am I? I don't understand. I mean, I'm always
You should-
uncomfortable. So
You should feel
yeah.
guilty.
I don't even know. Anyway, also banned from this great DeSantis law any talk of advantages or disadvantages based on race. Florida argues that by limiting these discussions, it is actually protecting speech overall. I don't know what's happening.
The irony.
Don't say anything, and that's
I don't
how
know
we'll
what's
protect
going
your
on.
speech.
That's what's going on in Florida, right? I guess like this is the same
It's
thing as
going on
don't say gay.
everywhere.
It's the same theory. It's bizarre.
It's insanity.
Here's what the judge Mark Warner said. He said the law was something you might find in an alternate universe. Here's the quote. In the popular television series Stranger Things, the Upside Down describes a parallel dimension containing a distorted version of our world. Now, like the heroine in Stranger Things, this court is once again asked to pull Florida back from the Upside Down.
Wow.
What?
Emma, you look like
Wow.
you're in total disbelief.
I can't believe he referenced Stranger Things.
Hey, it
That's
worked for
just-
me. It works. Yeah, it is hard to believe, isn't it? We know what he does when he goes home. Now we know. That's the first one. In the second part of my woke capitalist wars, Jamie Dimon is kneeling again. He's defending woke capitalism, saying society is worse off if we don't lift up everybody.
That he
Okay,
wasn't. He wasn't defending woke capitalism.
Okay.
He also said we need to burn as much oil and gas as we can.
Well, There's different parts of woke capitalism. He seems to be very much on the S part of it, the social part of it.
No, this is an extension of what was
Yes.
said in the World Economic Forum in 2018-19 when the Business Roundtable came out with that stakeholder capitalism thing. That whole thing was about keeping pitchforks away from billionaires. That's all
Right.
that was about. Income inequality is so large. Jamie Dimon's worried that literally, if we don't, quote, lift up everybody,
Mm-hmm.
basically everybody's going to kill the Jamie Dimons of the world.
He's not
With
wrong, probably.
The many shotguns that they went and bought and
Probably
AR-15s.
not wrong.
Right? He's not wrong, but that's self-preservation. That's not woke capitalism. He's not defending woke capitalism. He's basically saying, hey, guys, we millionaires and billionaires, we really need to make sure that we're not so far away from them that they kill us. That's all that's about.
And finally, the woke capitalist wars. A different opinion here is Whole Foods CEO, who's actually stepping down soon in the fall, John Mackey. He says socialists are taking over in the U.S. and young people in liberal cities. I thought they were all liberal. Young people in liberal cities don't seem like they want to work. He's also said that he's feeling freer to express his opinions now that he's stepping down. But isn't he known for expressing his opinions? I don't really understand this part of it.
He said something in 2009 about Obamacare and how it was fascist. And then he said, now he's saying, the board muzzled me since 2009, and now I'm going to really tell you what I think. Just like the world is waiting for what John Mackey has to say. Just shut up.
I mean, I will say this. I have a Whole Foods here in my city. I got all the favorites, including Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, is it called? And then the locals, the Hannafords, the Shaws. The reason why they don't want to seem like they don't want to work there, John, is because it's Whole Foods is just sad and soulless. Everyone's just sad and soulless. So maybe it's your fault. Because when I go to Trader Joe's, they're goddamn happy all the time. It's weird. Like they're just chipper constantly. So maybe it's John Mackey. Maybe it's his fault.
No, nobody wants to. There's a Whole Foods in our town that I don't go to because I
There are
don't want to pay $5.99
2.
for a can of chickpeas, rather than 99 cents when they're the same chickpeas harvested in the same way. Just one says Whole Foods on it.
This is Matt's segment called "What's the Deal with Airplane Food?" All right, come on, moving on. In old-fashioned news, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens are ordered to pay a total of $650 million over their failure to properly monitor opioid prescriptions just in one state, in Ohio.
What's
Anybody
the
care about
caveat
this?
now?
I don't. That's a good question. Overall, Bloomberg is reporting that the total cost could be $22 billion for these drug companies. So I don't know
Wow.
if this is
Wow.
I'm not making a dent
Considering
here with this
CVS
panel.
alone made $292 billion in revenue last year. It seems.
Yeah, I didn't think the old-fashioned news would make a dent. So moving on. Heinous founder Cult Bros, this section. First we got, Adam Newman back in the news. Here's the headline. If you fuck up in the biggest ways, you can be redeemed. Silicon
Yeah,
Valley just
finally.
handed $350 million to the guy who crashed WeWork. So they're essentially giving Adam Newman money again. That's Mark Andreessen over at Andreessen Horowitz. They're giving him money for his new apartment management company, Flow, which is an idea that he already created at WeWork. I think it was called We Live, and it really
Yep.
it's just culty
I've
apartments.
stayed in one. I
You
stayed
did.
in a We Live. It was
And?
crazy. Yeah.
How did it go?
It was honestly really nice because I got to leave and
Uh-oh.
wasn't trapped there
did.
by
Got
the
to
cult I
leave.
worked for. I just paid the money
There-
and left.
I forget the name. There's a rival to this that I don't know if we reported on, but you tagged it, Emma. There's a rival company that does the exact same thing, and there is a shit show of complaints and allegations of just harassment, all kinds of
Yeah.
bad things going on in these weird, culty, shared living spaces. They don't sound
Yep.
so good. Anyway, that's what happens when you fail big, I guess. Andreessen Horowitz bails you out. Here's one founder connected to the startup accelerator Y Combinator. Here's their quote. On the one hand, it is comforting to know that if you fuck up in the biggest ways, you can be redeemed if you are a white dude who is also incredibly wealthy.
Oh, yeah.
On the other hand, I am
Okay.
not a white dude with existing wealth and connections, so I am saddened.
That's wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on. The next heinous founder culty bro in the news is an old favorite to this show. This is a sad ending to a guy that I trumpeted constantly and I thought I loved. And this might be what the New York Times might be calling the grossest greenwash ever. I mean, those are my words, the grossest greenwash ever, but I'm paraphrasing their story. Gravity Payments CEO Dan Price, who gained fame after paying all employees at least $70,000, has just resigned to fight what he calls false accusations of assault.
Oh, come on.
He faces a slew of sexual
There's nothing
assault
good in the
allegations
world
from
anymore.
many women, including his ex-wife, alleging that he used social media to launder his public persona and avoid reproach. This is according to the New York Times. So
He greenwashed.
the Times is reporting that Price's
Assault
internet
wash.
fame helped enable a pattern of abuse involving alleged rape and choking of multiple women.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What it sounds like the New York Times is saying is that he used this $70,000 salary to greenwash his horrible, heinous behavior to fool idiots like me, because I loved him and a lot of people loved him. Quite
I did
frankly,
too.
Yeah.
I definitely
What's
reported on
sad
this.
is that, like, paying somebody $70K is so rare that the people that do it, they have this shield, right? That he used.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad that if you recognize a systemic flaw, you can do a simple correction and then get away with choking women for a decade afterwards.
Yeah. So he's resigning, and he's saying it's all bull. And the only reason why he's resigning is to fight this full time, and that he's not going anywhere. But yeah, nobody believes that. So fall from grace. Unfortunately, another horrible tech
Bye, Dan.
founder, bro. And then finally in this category, this is a big, horrible category, and the heinous founder cult bros is the meme lord, Ryan Cohen. He's the founder of Chewy, right? He's a chair at GameStop. So this is a weird story. So 2 days ago, I guess he revealed this huge stake in Bed Bath & Beyond. The stock price surged, and now today they're reporting that he got rid of all of it. He dumped all of his shares, pocketing $68 million in profit, causing the stock to crater. When he announced his huge position 2 days ago, all the meme stock followers rushed in, because that's what happens when the meme lord says a thing. And now he's out suddenly. The stock at Bed Bath & Beyond is crashing, and I think this post I saw on Reddit sums it up the best. They're saying that his tweet from June. They're saying it aged like milk. Here's Ryan Cohen's tweet from June. I'm sick of seeing failed executives make millions in risk-free compensation while shareholders are left holding the bag.
All right.
Yeah, I don't even know why he needed to tweet that.
I don't know why. Like, the whole meme stock thing was like to fight your Wall Street overlords, and then you elected a different overlord who did the same thing that the Wall. What are we?
Yeah, the founder
surprised at.
Yeah. He's not like a literal scruffy skater dude. He's the founder of Chewy and the chair at GameStop.
I mean, before the meme stock thing, Bed Bath & Beyond was trading at $6 a share. I don't like the company has nothing to do with this. The whole thing was the joke, and the joke's on you idiots who followed the meme lord. You're the joke. Congratulations. Now
Sad.
you're in on it.
And then finally, my last category is dystopia. I like to wrap up our dystopia.
This is all
story of the week.
dystopia. Which part was not
Yeah.
dystopia?
Agreed.
Okay, well,
Agreed.
first, Airbnb is launching a tech tool to prevent users from booking properties for parties. I just wanted to do this because I wanted to see if it triggered Emma. The tools use an algorithm. Look, I just like saying algorithm around you. The tools use an algorithm that flags potentially high-risk reservations. I love this, high-risk reservations.
Is that black
by
people?
looking
Is that what that
by
is
looking at user characteristics like history of positive reviews, length of time the guest has been on Airbnb, length of the trip, distance to the listing, weekend versus weekday, among many others. This is how they smell out partiers.
Okay.
You mean weekday parties are not that common?
Yeah,
Got
there's
it.
never been a weekday party, especially in the summer. It never happens.
What about inside?
So that's what's happening at Airbnb. Over at Amazon, they're taking the security footage from the Ring doorbell cameras and they're turning it into a reality show.
Oh.
And finally, there's an article that says that people expect to spend at least 4 hours a day in the metaverse, which translates to probably 14 hours.
No.
Or your waking hours. I'm
No.
guessing. Yes. What?
I'm not. No. No.
You're not going to do it?
No. No. No.
Well, isn't this like
I'm
the
upset.
metaverse? Like, what are we
So
doing?
those are
now?
Those are your 4 choices. Some weird dystopia tech stories, all the heinous founder cult bros,
Feel good footage.
drug companies
The worst.
fined, and then the woke capitalist wars. Anyone want to weigh in?
Where'd it start?
Honestly, we still have asshole of the week and irritating stuff.
I know. Well, I was thinking that some of you probably will cover these again, so we could get them out of the way at the top.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about them much. It's definitely, for me, it's definitely not the old-fashioned news. Like, literally, that was a headline for 4 seconds, and then it disappeared.
I just wanted to show people what corporate news used to be like.
I'm pretty sure it's I want it. I wish it was the anti-woke movement, but that's something that, like, only 4 people care about. And
Do you think that's
no
true?
one else.
You don't think that people... I think this DeSantis stuff, I think it's caught the national attention. No, not just people.
It has. I mean, ESG
corporates.
is CRT for this election cycle, but they're not talking about ESG in this case. This is a judge basically trying to point out that enforcing this law is impossible and stupid. And the Jamie Dimon stuff, only we care about what that blowhard says. John Mackey talking... It's just going to get like 40 seconds on a Fox News cycle where it's like, head of organic, company says socialists taking over, right? Like, it's meant to be like a leftist troll, but there's not really owning the cycle. But the tech bro, like the bro thing, the founders.
Bro week.
The Dan Price. I don't care about Ryan Cohen. He's part of the joke, but that to me feels like it. That's it. That's also going to be all the assholes.
That feels like old-fashioned news to me. That
What,
is
the tech bro?
in my head.
Tech bros being horrible. Yeah, didn't you report last week, Ari, that the tech bros were out?
With the founder boys.
Founder boys are out.
Founders.
Well, one founder boy is back, unfortunately. Now he wants to tell you how to live.
Yeah, he changed the we thing into Flow, because now he's got Flow as the name of the org that Andreessen just funded, and Flow Carbon is his other startup that does like carbon NFTs. So Flow. Now we don't we flow.
I'm going to go with the cult bros as well, mostly because I also read that the amount of money that Adam Newman just raised was more than all female founders have raised this year.
That's their biggest check ever. Andreessen Horowitz's biggest check ever is to this failed culty nightmare of a person. The biggest check ever.
Yeah. As much as I would...
And I'm pretty sure everybody's going to use Dan Price. It's like, see, we can't do...
Unfortunately.
We can't do good things. I don't know. They're just going to use it like... This is what happens
Ari.
when you give people a living wage. Everybody turns into him. I don't know.
I think... I mean, you're kind of joking because you're half smiling,
No,
but
I'm not
unfortunately,
joking.
I think you're right. And I think it's the same effect when a female CEO leaves a company. Like, they're not going to have a female CEO for another 490 years. They're going to just put everything, like, see, it doesn't work. We can't try that again. All that nonsense.
As much as I would love to be contrary, it's my favorite thing. I just can't get myself there today. I am going to agree with thing 1 and 2 with the cult tech bros.
Which thing am I?
2, obviously.
Obviously. Yeah,
that makes more sense.
unfortunately, I would have to agree with all you. Story of the week is the return of all just heinous founder cult bro stories. All right, moving on. Ari, cheer us up. Goodliest of the week. Come on.
Pew, 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 pew. All right. Well, we're not starting out too hot here, but this is a headline that I read this week. Muscled out of the market. Sorry, Matt, cover your ears. I think this is a pun.
Oh,
Dodge is retiring the Charger and the Challenger cars, and they're opting for more eco-friendly options.
oh. Why can't they make those eco-friendly? Can't they make them electric?
Can they make their cars less scary now?
Right? I always thought like those are mean-looking cars.
Those
I
are
guess that's the
mean-looking
appeal.
cars.
And like,
It's like
I
a
don't
Dan
like
Price
that.
car.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ari, for agreeing with that.
But anyway, I am just happy that those cars are no longer going to be manufactured starting next year, I believe.
Was there tremendous outcry from all of New Jersey? Like, I feel like
I know.
would be-
Somehow this is going to get spun into like anti-woke stuff.
it is. It's
Like,
anti-woke.
"You're
These are like
Yeah, of
ruining
course.
our lives."
this is an
course.
anti-woke. This is a woke move, and immediately I expect to see like, we're not even selling muscle cars because America, like
so
liberals
weak.
hate America. Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. When you talked about the Charger and the Challenger, it's the same. It's the same effect with when I think about like I don't actually know a Trump supporter living in this city. Like I don't know I don't know a Charger and Challenger. I can't even picture it.
What? Okay.
Yeah, like I just see Subarus and like
Have you seen a police officer
Priuses
drive?
and no, I just can't. I live in a woke bubble. I don't know Challengers
Well,
and
You
Chargers.
know, walk around the police station and see what you see.
Okay,
Look
all
at
right.
the police cars and the
They probably have
personal
Subarus
cars.
up here. Okay.
You'll spot one.
Oh, they're all
alright.
driving Outbacks.
Number 2, women are killing it this week.
Yes.
I
What
know
are
you
they
were
killing?
bringing me down with this bro stuff, but last week was down with the boy founders, which a little bit revived this week. But this week, up with qualified women. I
Okay.
noticed a lot of stories this week about women, and here are 3 that I picked. Yahoo appointed Jen Rubio, CEO, co-founder of Away, to its board of directors.
Whoa. Yahoo is still a company. Good for
Yeah,
you,
yeah, they
Yahoo.
still
I
exist.
kinda-
And Jen
I kinda
Rubio's gonna
forget
help
that.
them turn it around.
Yeah, we
Also,
track
Jessica Alba's on
Yahoo.
their board.
Yeah.
in our news, yeah. Good for you, Jen Rubio.
Christina Spade. She's the current CFO and COO of AMC, and she is now set to become the next CEO. Is there a job this
AMC?
woman can't do?
AMC like Mad Men, the movie, the network, the
AMC,
TV
AMC
show.
Networks, yeah.
AMC Network. Good for you, Christina Spade.
And
Wait, CFO and she's the current CFO and COO? Is that a thing?
Yep.
I don't think I've seen that before. Is that a real company?
I mean, that seems like the easiest hire ever. You basically are like, there's a woman on her staff
Yeah.
who does all
Isn't
the
she
things.
already
Just
doing
make
everything?
her all the things. Like, what was the CEO doing?
wow.
All
I
at
had-
once.
I gotta say, Ari, we've looked at a lot of companies and proxies over the years. We cover how many thousands of companies do we cover? 9,000. I don't think I've ever seen a combined CFO COO.
Well, she is both. I
Okay.
do wonder if
Good for
she
you,
now
Jen.
gets an upgraded office and if she has to move. And she got to the company 2 years ago, I believe, as COO first, then became CFO and COO, and now she's leaving those posts to be the CEO of this
Hopefully they
company.
give her like a sunroof or something. Something
Did
good.
she get paid double while she was both CFO and
Excellent
COO?
question.
No, stop
That's a
it.
good question,
Stop it.
Emma.
That's
She
a
better have.
ridiculous
Better
question.
have.
And the answer is no.
All right.
Shut up.
And last of my women are killing it. Incredible Health, an online job matching platform that focuses on nursing,
Job matching?
raised
Okay.
$80 million in their recent Series B funding round, reaching a valuation of $1.65
Whoa.
billion.
Yes.
And obviously the reason why this is here is because this newest unicorn is co-founded and led by Dr. Iman Abuzaid, and she
Yes.
joins the ranks of super rare black female founders of a unicorn.
Nice. That
I
you know
like
what?
that.
In better news, Ari, it's that company is even valued more than Adam Newman's terrible new company. Higher valuation. That's
Heck
something
yeah.
to It's like something to cheer today.
I'll take it.
Probably
I really
yeah,
will.
twice
I
as
will
hard.
take it.
Maybe they can tackle teachers next. They
Adam
got
Newman.
nursing because there's a big,
Mm.
I know it's not what we cover here exactly, Ari, but what the hell is a job matching platform? Any
when
idea?
you- it's like ZipRecruiter. You go sign up for a
It
job,
sounds
but
kinda
this
obvious.
is specific to nursing.
Oh, okay.
and it
it's a
matches
job. So it's just
nurses.
another
Come on,
job.
Damien.
It's monster.com.
Oh,
Got
it's
it.
wow.
That one sounded sort of self, like.
I thought maybe it was something interesting. It's just another job site. Got it. I still
Keep
support
going,
you.
Ari.
It's a job
going.
site.
Ignore Damien's dumb questions.
Yes,
All
I'm
right,
with you,
and
Emma.
last, you can talk crap about this one if you want. Adapt or die. Farmer
Uh-oh.
thrives by growing gluten-free grain, needing no water during drought. This is a
What?
farmer from France, if that's wastes anyone's vote. And the story goes, what doesn't need irrigation, requires no pesticides, and needs only a third of the fertilizer of wheat. It's a grain called sorghum. Or I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah, you think you
Sorghum?
butcher that. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorghum.
just
Wait,
sorghum.
it doesn't need
Sorghum.
water? It doesn't need
Yeah.
water?
No, it
I'm-
doesn't need irrigation.
Oh.
So,
For
That's different from
everything needs
Well,
water.
the headline says needing no water, so the
during
headline's
drought.
kind of okay. Got it. I really don't got it.
Anyway, we may all be, eating this grain because the whole world is going
I'm
to
fine with it.
be in
I-
drought.
I don't have any whatever the grain. I'm okay with. Really, who cares? Just give me a grain.
Anyway, there's not much.
Do you
out
have a?
there
Does
in the
anybody
news
have a
this week.
vote?
I do.
Go ahead, Emma. I'm gonna do whatever Emma does today.
I'm going women. I like.
let's do it.
I like
Come on.
this irrigationless grain, but I feel like I don't know enough about it yet in order to make a good judgment. And I feel like women doing stuff is always a safe bet. So that's where I'm at.
I'm with you, Matt. What do you have?
So now I have a pointless vote. Well, I would I would have eliminated the muscle cars anyway, because on the back of the reports that they were retiring the muscle cars, they are also releasing, or they plan on releasing, an electric version of the muscle
what I
cars.
said.
So I'm still
That's what I
gonna
asked.
I'm still gonna
But-
be scared when I see
Yeah,
them
that's
on
true.
the road.
Here's a quote. Dodge says its future electric muscle car will be super loud.
Wait.
They actually are adding in like shakiness to the car and a super loud engine. Like they have to, like, because the electric cars make no sound, and in order to make them musclier, they are literally turning on like
Wait.
audio. They're piping in fake audio.
I saw a terrible movie about this very thing not too long ago, like at 2 a.m. Queen Latifah was in it. The guy from Swingers, I don't remember his name, Kevin James, and they were building an E like muscle car, and I remember Kevin James's job was to get the sound right, like when you floored it, to get that muscle sound right.
What?
Yeah, this was actually a movie. It
No,
was
this is a thing, and they do
horrible,
trucks as
horrible
well.
movie.
You know,
Horrible movie.
God.
A horrible
we'll
idea.
tackle noise pollution after we
I watched the
get
whole thing and I loved it, and I had lots of
pollution
snacks.
down.
Great.
I would not agree with women killing it, mostly because like
Oh.
the Adam Newman proves that no matter how much women kill it, men still get more. So I'm going with sorghum.
Sorghum.
I'm going with
I like it.
weird grain requiring little water. I'm going with that.
And yet women are killing it wins. Moving on, as holiest of the week, Matt. Come on, what do you got?
All
a lot
right,
of
so
retreads from before.
there's just retreads, which means we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. Bros are the asshole of the week. Period.
Oh,
So now you're
no-
just gonna
no
pick a
vote?
bro.
Oh, pick a bro. Ooh.
I like
that you-
this.
that you
Whack
think
a
is the
bro.
asshole of the week. All right, so we're not
I like
doing
this.
like a several stories. We're just picking a bro. All right.
Let's hear it for the bros.
The first bro.
It is very
That's
bro-y.
the best sound effect we've ever had. The first bro you can choose is Mark Andreessen himself
No,
of Andreessen Horowitz. This is where I spent a lot of time this morning. Mark Andreessen, there were 84 companies that Andreessen Horowitz did seed or Series A round investments in 2022 so far. And this is using Preqin data. Shout out to Preqin. 89% of the CEOs were male. The 9 women who were CEOs actually had, on average, to wait an extra year to get the money. So they founded their company in 2019, and all the boys, on average, found their company in 2020, and they get they get the money. Yeah,
the data tells you this. It tells you how long the wait is before they get the actual cash.
Well, I did that analysis using their data.
So you're saying there are only 9 female CEOs that he invested in, and they all had to wait.
His firm invested in, yeah, and they waited
they had
an
to wait
extra
a
year.
longer.
Yeah. And 88% of the money obviously went to the male CEOs. The average amount was actually spread pretty equally. It was like 50 million to or 55 million to 56 million, something like that. So average amount was roughly the same. They just don't get any women because apparently there's only 9 women in 2022 who are CEOs that can get funded. So Mark Andreessen.
Well, yeah, I hate to back Mark, but that does reflect the actual data. There aren't really, unfortunately, there are no female CEOs. It's a very low number, unfortunately.
These are seed rounds. These are startups. These are founders. You're telling me there's
right?
No
these aren't. This is not the
companies?
S&P 500.
This is not the S&P 500. They're not elected by boards. These are women who start companies.
But do you really think Mark Andreessen's going to trust a woman? Do you really think that?
No. I don't.
Okay.
That's why
nobody here thinks that, right?
He's one of the wacka-bros. Okay.
Got it.
The other wacka-bro is anyone talking about the Finnish PM's partying.
Here we go. I'm glad someone brought this up. Yeah.
Boris Johnson literally had drunken parties during COVID and wasn't ousted for it. And we are questioning a 36-year-old woman who goes out and dances.
God forbid she dance, Matt.
God forbid she has any fun. She can be, I don't care if she's like taking hits of meth. I really don't care because the Canadians thought that was cool when the mayor of Toronto was literally snorting cocaine off hookers.
True.
Rob Ford.
And
well, I'll tell you this.
What?
Matt. The reason why they're talking about it is because they're in love with her. It's this. It's
I'm
the
a
same
little in
thing.
love with her.
It's the same thing with
it.
AOC. Why the right is why they're obsessed with AOC is they're in love. They're in love.
I don't care what the reason is. Just stop talking about it.
I'm with you.
When she goes home, I don't care if she's snorting cocaine off of hookers. I don't care what she's doing.
She's not
Leave
doing
her
that.
the fuck alone.
She could be.
It's not you're either. Anyway, okay. So anyone talking about the Finnish PM's parties?
Well, we are. We're talking about it.
Yeah, but we're talking about it in the right way.
Oh, got it. I'm right. You're right.
Whack-a-bro number 3, Mark Zuckerberg. Easy to whack, but it's really not Mark Zuckerberg. It's the emoji version of himself that he announced in his new metaverse.
What?
Yeah, tell me about this.
That.
He unveiled his character?
Tell me.
The metaverse idol of himself to himself in Horizon World, the meta platform metaverse that they unveiled, that looks actually shockingly like a Nintendo Wii emoji. That's so we haven't progressed 20 years graphically.
I like those emojis.
Yeah, they're memojis, whatever they're calling them. It looks like a memoji.
They're childlike and delightful.
Yeah.
But he's clearly crafted. He spent $10 billion. He's a college dropout autocrat of a dual-class fake public company, and he's crafted an entire world dedicated largely to himself. Even the picture of himself, he makes the Eiffel Tower look tiny. Like the whole point is really self-aggrandizement. So you can whack. I think we should whack as one of our bros. You got to look at it. This is a very visual thing. Look for Mark Zuckerberg's meme, what I don't know what the avatar, Mark Zuckerberg avatar, and the jokes on Twitter are endless. Like they're showing pictures of video games from 1997 that look better.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, that's terrible.
So feel free to whack that guy.
I will say this though, Matt. To his credit, he looks more human. The avatar looks more human than Mark.
I
Like
mean,
more lovable.
That's all the metaverse is designed to do. Make Mark Zuckerberg look more like a human.
Right.
Here's another whack-a-bro. Jamie
Whack-a-bro.
Dimon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Jamie Dimon.
Yeah.
Like, just shut up. Just
You know me,
Yeah.
I'm torn. I'm always torn on Jamie Dimon. Where I agree with you, Matt, that it clearly is self-preservation, but I don't know. I'm torn.
He's the closest to a centrist bro we've got.
Right, but via this self-preservation, we still could get policies that actually help people like below the upper classes. I'm just saying.
Just as an FYI, though, Jamie Dimon J.P. Morgan is the largest funder of fossil fuels in the world.
Yeah.
As banks go, right?
Yeah.
So
That's true.
we're talking about like, and it's not like Jamie Dimon and J.P. Morgan don't have problems like funding women and like they have a lot of
True.
problems. All right, so just
True.
I'm just giving you that option. And then finally, whack Dan Price in his fucking face.
Ugh.
Feel
Yep.
free to do that. So
Oh,
there are your
God.
options. Mark Andreessen.
This is a tough one.
Anyone talking about the Finnish PM? Mark Zuckerberg,
Mara.
Jamie Dimon, or Dan Price. You got 5 whack-a-bro options.
I'm definitely torn between the top and bottom of your list.
Same.
I think
I
I
also
can.
like that Adam Newman's not on here because it is not his fault that Mark Andreessen gave him money.
It's Mark Andreessen.
Oh,
Mark
how
Andreessen
dare
should
you.
have-
How
no,
dare
Mark
you, Ari.
Andreessen
Take
should
it
have
back.
said,
It is his fault.
Adam, you
go
know
away.
that you failed miserably and like
He's probably
multiple
like,
times.
Adam, please take my money.
And
Honestly.
Adam is
Ari,
a
I disagree
billionaire.
with
What does
you.
he need Mark
Adam should have some
Andreessen's money
shame and just leave us all alone. Really.
Adam
Should
has
all
no
have
shame.
shame.
That's why Adam's
Clearly.
Adam.
Emma, you have a vote. I want to hear your vote because maybe
Yeah,
you'll
I
sway me.
do.
That is correct.
I'm going to go Mark Andreessen.
Yeah, why?
Because I know it might be the obvious choice, but I don't
Maybe
know.
not.
Just the fact that I think I have dug very deep into the WeWork thing. I have consumed like almost every piece of media out there about it. Like I just
Yep.
am in the WeWork wheel. And the fact that Mark Andreessen thought this was a good idea, it is just beyond me. But that being said, Dan Price, I think, was close. I loved the Finnish PM one. And even Mark Zuckerberg particularly pissed me off, even in this moment.
Yeah.
Because I just got a notification from Instagram asking me to check out the most recent picture from the official Instagram account. So, yeah.
Is
no.
it of Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse avatar?
Honestly, hang on. Let's see. Should we see? What is it? No, it's this. It's this.
Oh,
It's
like a
It's a
gremlin.
creepy dog.
It's a creepy
It's a
dog.
video
Ugly
of
dog.
a
It's
not-
creepy dog.
Look, that's not that far from the avatar of Mark Zuckerberg.
Here's where.
Yeah.
Here's the only problem with your assessment, Emma, is that Mark Andreessen he's just betting on an Elon Musk type of character, right? He's just because he knows that Adam Newman.
No,
because
he's not betting on
No.
anything. Actually, he is betting. He's betting that Adam Newman is a really good scammer and he can do a
Right,
really good
exactly.
scam again. That's
Here's the thing.
what he's doing.
You just said that you digested all of the media around Adam Newman. If we took an Emma Lurking who didn't have the analytical faculties that the real Emma has,
It's
then
true.
that Emma Lurking might actually say, "Oh, I know this guy from Hulu. Like I would go live there." I mean, there's a lot of stupid people in this country. God
I
bless
know.
them. I love them all. I don't
I
hate
know.
them.
Mark Andreessen is making a very calculated
Look,
choice.
He is.
Saying.
He's
Adam
betting
Newman's
on
not the idiot. Mark
He's
Andreessen
betting on an a-hole who is going to sell, and I know, and it's probably going to work. It's going to sell.
Yeah, of
Here's the
course.
thing.
makes him the asshole.
Yeah.
I want to vote. My instinct tells me to vote for Mark Andreessen this week, but I gotta go. Maybe because I'll let Ari be the arbiter of truth here, but I gotta go
Yeah.
Dan Price because
Yeah.
because it's just too horrible. I mean, what were the allegations? Choking and rape. I'll go old fashioned asshole on this one and go Dan Price. Terrible.
I am going to join you, Damien,
Yeah.
with Dan Price. Ugh. I just
Matt, who would
horrible.
have you said, Matt?
I would have said, well, Dan Price is an obvious asshole, and
Oh,
he's the
sorry.
asshole we all know, right? The one
like
who
the
says he's
nice
amazing
guy.
and
You know,
then
the
goes
nice
home.
It's
guy.
gross. It's
Yeah,
gross.
Yeah,
it's
he's
like
that
Got
weird.
the nice guy grossness.
He's that
Yeah, it's-
long-haired, bearded guy who would he'd massage like freshman year at school. He's like massaging
Yeah,
you
exactly.
before you even like know his name. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just he's that gross asshole. Like and Andreessen is a tech bro asshole. I would have gone with the Finnish PM actually.
Yeah.
I really,
Really?
honestly,
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
that I have to read a story about
Look.
video leaks of her dancing. Did you watch the video?
Yes.
No.
did,
She
like, the most-
danced.
She danced.
I don't care. Listen,
Who
there
cares?
were stories about Obama fist bumping people. I mean, the media does follow the leaders of countries around. Like this is kind of what
but-
they do.
We have been covering like the anti-woke movement and how the media cannot scratch 1 nanometer below the surface and figure out what's going on. This is just there's nothing more asshole than someone weighing in and saying like, how dare she? And then she has to get up there and say, I'm a young woman, and what I do on my time is what I do on my time. Just leave me alone. And
Yeah,
then they're
yeah.
like, well, they just asked for a drug test. They wanted to drug test her.
Shut up.
And it's like, are you serious? Let's drug test every Finnish parliament member. Every single one of them. You
Well,
think
luckily
those
they're
bros
all-
are not fucked up half the time? There's no
As we were-
way.
I want to
as
drug
we
test
reported-
the people asking for a drug test. That's what I want to do.
As we've reported many times here, the cabinet is basically all female over there in Finland. So you better get some drug tests that are appropriate for women. Is there such a thing? I don't know what I'm
I don't
talking
think
about.
that's a
Gender-
thing.
All right, okay, your vote
Drug
doesn't
test.
matter, Matt. Moving
My vote
on.
didn't matter though.
Emma, wrap us up. Irritating us of the week. What's really getting you this week?
Okay, actually, I don't have any repeats, which I'm a little surprised by.
Whoa!
So these are 3 stories we
Yeah.
have not talked about yet.
Okay, good.
Number 1, the petrochemical industry is convincing states to deregulate plastic incineration.
What? Why?
This one kind of fucked me up this week. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Apologies,
Yeah.
excuse my French there, but this one got me. So I did not know this, but there is something called chemical recycling. And it is a very wide umbrella, much of which is kind of fakey. And what the petrochemical industry is sort of lobbying for is that they want to melt plastic. Basically, their chemical recycling involves melting plastic, turning that into a toxic oil that is then used as a high polluting fuel that usually ends up being burned on site or at other
Ugh.
waste processors.
Sounds
And
great.
doesn't
Whoa.
it? Sounds awesome.
It's kind of like what we learned about precipitation, like the how it the cycle of water, all that stuff, but with
yeah,
plastic.
but this is the
that what
cycle
this
of
is?
toxic waste, which is
Okay.
cool. And which is also the rain, by the way. Did you know that we can't
That's
drink
true.
rainwater anymore? The acidity
Acid rain,
levels
plastic
Yep.
rain. Yeah. Mhm.
And so burning, so for example, just like to give you an idea of how bad the toxic waste
Yeah.
is,
Tell me.
burning this type of fuel that results from this chemical recycling, at one single chemical recycling plant released 500,000 pounds of hazardous waste into the air, including lead. So and of course, these facilities
Oh.
obviously are in low income areas that are majority people of color. And
course.
so
Wait.
yeah.
So they want to. Why do they want to deregulate? So they
And
just
so they
they
want
yeah.
to deregulate because they don't want to have to meet certain requirements that they are about to have to report on. So they don't want to have to report on air quality. They don't want
This
to have
sounds
to.
terrible.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. I don't like.
And
the
I
sound
didn't
of
even
this.
know that chemical recycling was a thing. It sounds like there are a couple of legitimate forms of it, but these industries just want to deregulate it so they don't have to report
Isn't that
any
how
of
the
their environmental impacts.
Isn't that how the Terminator died in T2 or was it T1000? Didn't
happy
they
to
like
say I've
chemically
never seen
recycle
the
him or
Terminator
something? I'm
and
just
plan
picturing
to
a
keep
vat
it
of
that way.
acid or I don't know what's going on here.
Here's the reason why they can do this because the Supreme Court ruled that the EPA cannot enforce the Clean Air Act. So
You mean the
now-
current Supreme Court, the
current Supreme
yeah,
Court,
right.
which none of them are going to die or retire.
The women haters,
because
yeah.
they're like
Yeah.
12 years old and they all got appointed by Mitch McConnell.
Right.
But I do think we should make a suggestion if they do deregulate it. We should suggest that when they burn it, they should have to burn it in the executive's backyard. Like we just
like
put
that. But that's
like make a
Cool.
small fire pit, and
Yeah.
they constantly are putting plastic
Matt,
in.
That's a pretty big backyard. Unfortunately, they could probably do
Well,
it like 7 acres away from their child's
well,
bunk
I
bed.
think they should have to do it like with seating arrangements around it. So if they want to sit at the
Okay.
fire pit, and
We'll
do
have to add that
marshmallows.
rider into the rule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put that into the rule.
That's
What else, Emma? What else is getting you?
number 2. Samsung heir jailed for bribery, pardoned by
Yeah.
South Korea's president so he can help, quote, overcome the economic crisis.
I like this one. Yeah.
And here's the translation of what I heard from that headline.
Right.
Something along the lines of, oh no, executives might not get to increase their salaries by millions of dollars next year. So we need to clear a billionaire's criminal record. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
That's
I
what
just
you
don't-
heard. Got it.
That's what I heard.
He
so
didn't
this
say
guy,
whose economic crisis.
So this guy his name is J.Y. Lee. He is the son of the recently passed Samsung chair, and he was in jail for 18 months and has been out on parole for a year for bribery. And this means the fact that he got pardoned means that he will officially be able to take back his board seat
Oh,
and
thank God.
leadership position.
Right,
Yep.
because he was
Yep.
banned. Okay, so he's like, so the president is just like ripping up the order,
Correct.
the rule, right?
Correct.
Just like whatever. He's whatevering it.
He otherwise would have had to stay unemployed for 4 more years, and I think there were other stipulations in addition to
That
that.
would've been so hard.
And he is more or less in line for the throne, as it were, for the chair position of Samsung. So
Wonder
that
what
wasn't
what-
great.
So how big is the bribe that you have to pay the president to get you out of the bribe that you went in jail for?
At
gotta be
least
massive.
double.
I'm
Yeah,
Must-
how
shocked
come-
he even was sent to jail in the first place.
That's
It's
true.
Like,
Yeah,
kudos.
yeah. Kudos. That's right.
Retroactive kudos.
How
See,
come
that's
we
why
don't
you're Goodlies of the Week. You see the good in everything.
We need more stats though about billionaire unemployment rates. Like nobody's tracking that. They're in dire straits right now.
Yeah,
In
we
my
were hoping
mind,
Adam
every
Newman would stay in
billionaire is
that camp.
unemployed.
We need to add a prison indicator to our data.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh, I like that. I think that they managed to stay out of jail pretty successfully. So
And finally, number
Yes.
3. This is a double header, 2 headlines here
Oh.
for emphasis, for drama.
I like
Headline number 1 is the setup to the punchline, which is headline number 2. Headline number 1. Amazon accuses the FTC of harassing founder Jeff Bezos and CEO Andy Jassy as a part of an investigation into Prime. And the second headline, if Jeff Bezos or Amazon executives like CEO Andy Jassy used vanishing messages to discuss Prime, the FTC wants them handed over as it investigates the company's sign-up tactics.
Wait. Oh, how can you hand over vanishing messages? Is there a record
That's
of that?
the problem.
Yeah.
It would seem as though that's the issue. And the largest
issue.
company in the world basically used Snapchat to discuss
Oh.
extremely high level company matters, and they're like all
Terrible.
upset about being harassed or whatever. And the matters they were discussing,
Yeah.
by the way, were basically about non-consensual enrollees in Prime, aka they're stealing from people who didn't understand the terms of Prime because they purposefully made that language confusing,
Wow.
and they like keep people on their docket when they aren't supposed to, whatever. And my thought about this is that they're just butthurt that Lena Khan ripped them a new one in her
Yes.
2017 paper called Amazon's Antitrust Paradox. So
How about Amazon accusing anyone harass
Right?
that word choice
See,
harassing?
Ari,
Yeah.
neither of these fools listened to our show in which
I
earlier
remember
this
your
week
nugget.
in
Tell
which
us.
we nuggeted this. We the nugget was like Amazon accuses FTC of harassing Jeff Bezos, and the juxtaposition was employees accusing Amazon of harassment and sexual harassment
Yep.
and discrimination. So there's just a lot. It's just a chain of harassment. They're just
Oh, yeah.
angry because they're being harassed, so they harass someone else. It's just everybody.
oh yeah, poor Amazon. So
Yeah,
You know,
it's just
I
a-
have noticed that Prime is getting sneakier, trying to get you to
Oh,
sign up
yeah.
for Prime.
Oh, absolutely.
My wife
And How
so? What do you-
accidentally signed us back up for
What do you
Prime.
mean? Oh, because like if
It's
you,
like
I
you
got yeah.
You check out, and the link to check out, if you ever had Prime and you quit Prime, you disabled it, it's not very clear that when you're checking out and you just are choosing to buy for it, not as a Prime item,
Okay.
it
Yep.
re-enrolls you on Prime,
Yeah.
and you're all checked out, and then you get your stuff.
Well,
That's
there's
how
also a story.
my wife
Yeah, there's a
got
story
duped.
recently that in America it is doubly difficult to actually cancel Prime too. Like in Europe, it's very clear. It's like a one click, and in America, it's really hard to figure out how to
When
cancel
we
your Prime
canceled
membership.
Prime, it was like you have to go like 5 clicks to find where to cancel, and then when you
Yeah.
click
Like
cancel
20
Prime, it like
push-ups.
pops up 6 times. Like, are you sure
Yeah.
you want to cancel?
You
Look
can
at
have a
this thing over
10%
here.
discount
How about
if you
this?
re-enroll now.
What? And we'll give you this other thing. Like, and you have to like click through 19 times and be like, yes, cancel, and then it says you've temporarily paused your
Yep.
Prime, and then you have to
Oh.
like cancel Prime, right? Like, it's really amazing. Is what it is.
But yeah,
All
those
right.
are my 3.
Yeah, I like it. Anyone get a true feeling of irritation they want to get going with here? Anybody feeling hot and bothered?
Ari's face says like
I'm
She's
studying.
reading something.
considering.
I have
irritation.
one of these was for Ari.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you gonna be
Emma.
disappointed if she doesn't get it right? I'll
no,
go.
I'm not.
I'll
I'll never be disappointed in Ari.
You keep thinking. I'll quickly go first.
All right, you got yours.
This chemical recycling,
Correct.
petrochemical,
Yeah.
that's just a trigger for me. I just feel triggered.
Stop.
Deregulating plastic incineration. I'm like, anything attached to the Supreme Court, I feel very itchy. So I'm going to go with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
Wow,
the one I was
all 3 of
looking at.
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
really?
one was easy. Mostly because we don't care about South Korea, and Samsung makes nice
Oh.
phones. So like our televisions too,
And washing machines.
but
Battleships. They actually make everything pretty much.
they do. They make everything. Thank God for the chaebols of South Korea, the family owned.
I love my Samsung Battleship. I got the B2 2000. It's beautiful.
and with Amazon, that's more funny than it is irritating. So it's
All right.
petrochemicals.
To wrap up, before we get to our predictions and who won the week, our story of the week is the return of the heinous tech bro founder cult loser jerks. The goodliest story of the week is that women are killing it. At least a few are. The assholiest of the week. We played a game of Whack-a-Bro, and unfortunately, former Wonder Kid Dan Price, former Stakeholder Rules hero, is the winner because he is a heinous human being. who
We
assaults
just
women.
missed Mark Andreessen and hit Dan Price in his
Yeah.
bro face.
And irritating us the week is the petrochemical industry, which I guess could be every week, but especially this week. Really what we're mad about, I think, is the Supreme Court there, but also, both of them at the same time. And so, yeah, let's get to it. Who won the week? Anyone want to start this one off?
I don't know how you can say that anyone besides Adam Newman won this week.
Whoa!
Because
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
want to.
Ari,
I mean, it doesn't matter.
do you
Adam Newman does not care about how you feel about it, but he knows he won this week. He's gonna write like some book next about
He's
the
probably
biggest
right.
comeback, even if he crashes
not.
and falls
The
again.
biggest-
It doesn't
that's
He'll
matter.
have a
true.
ghost written book. He won't write a book.
He will write.
Absolutely.
That's true. This is a book. The Big Comeback. How it's exactly
How
like
we
in
came
Parks and
back.
Rec when
Oh,
Aziz
yeah.
Ansari's character does like how to fail and does a whole book about failing after failing so many times.
Yes.
Adam Newman can now write that book. Like he can write the book called Failing Up, and
No,
everyone
it's called
will
We
buy
Come
it.
Back.
It will be the white
Oh.
bro version of Lean In. It's called Fail Up.
Oh,
I
Ooh,
like
that
that.
I
That's
like.
a good win. Yeah.
We
the only
fail
problem
up.
we don't vote
Yeah.
in these are. The only problem is that he's pretty much won every week since failing up and getting that billions of dollars
that how
to,
it
no,
works?
to
because
leave.
I think what
Yeah.
he's after is being relevant. And
Back in
when
the
he-
spotlight. Yeah.
Right. And when he
Got
wasn't
it.
relevant, it doesn't matter that he was sitting on mounts of cash. That's not what he wants.
He wanted
Uh,
attention.
As the
my
expert
vote-
on Adam Newman.
My vote here is just because it's for the cheap joke is Jamie Dimon's knee.
Mm.
I like
yeah.
when I like
He's
when his
worn it
knee gets
out.
used. I always like when it flexes and it gets a little dirty on the carpet at a
All that
Chase
kneeling
Bank
will hurt. Yeah.
in Midtown. So it's Jamie Dimon's knee back in the news. I like it.
Totally. I'm going with the Finnish prime minister. I think that she, in the most prime ministerly way, told people to shove it up their ass, and I liked
You
it.
might be right. You might be right, actually.
Yeah.
I went totally off the beaten path here, and I went with this Business Insider.
I saw
header.
this. Yeah.
The header
ahead.
is,
I saw this.
an airline passenger says she was served a bottle of water on a flight instead of the vegan meal she had ordered. I think we've officially jumped.
I mean, we couldn't make that up.
That
First
wins
of all,
the week for me.
you don't. I don't. I hate to go on a tangent here, but I will very briefly. People, you don't need to eat meals on your stupid flights. Just maybe just fast anyway for a few hours. Just take a break from all the
Try
gorging.
that with a 5-year-old.
Okay, well, this is not about a 5-year-old, and plus, you can bring a little baggie of Cheerios for your 5-year-old. I'm just sick
I don't
of all
like
the
this
eating.
from you, Damien.
I'm sick of all the eating on planes, Emma, because they go right to the bathroom. If you time the disgusting businessman sitting by you, if you time the interval between his gorging and going to the bathroom, it's like 94 seconds. It's disgusting. I don't know why his bowels move so quickly. I don't need all this eating on planes. Just
Wow,
intermittent
you feel very
fasting.
strong
Do that. I don't want your
This is
smells.
very-
I don't want any of it. Stop it.
I
This
drink
is
some
a
water.
weird
I
vibe.
love the idea that a woman was like, "Excuse me, I got the vegan meal," and they were like,
It's
"Here you go." They
vegan
gave her
water.
a
The
bottle
vegan
of water,
water's
and,
vegan.
and they were like, "This is vegan." So I just like that.
Yeah.
That wins.
I like that one too. Predictions. I have a
I can
long-winded
go.
one. Yeah, go Emma.
Mine's short. I think that Matt is gonna do a 180 and get an electric muscle car instead of whatever other electric car that you were planning on getting. I want
Yeah, Matt, you
in,
could
like,
do
a
vegan
Charger.
donuts. Vegan donuts in your electric car, electric
0%
muscle car.
chance that I want a car that makes noise. I am
Come
looking to
on.
avoid people, not.
I don't even
make
want a
noise.
car.
Also, you can turn the noise off when you want to be respectful
Oh.
to your
That
neighbors.
makes it even lamer.
Turn the
That's
noise
so
off.
true.
It's
Commit
like
to the
that's
bit or
the
don't.
lamest feature I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go deep conspiracy on my prediction. After meeting at a DeSantis Rogan presidential nomination party, that's right. DeSantis will pick Joe Rogan to be his vice president.
Imagine.
Elon Musk announces his engagement to Alex Jones. These are the two of the most high-profile DeSantis fans right now, are Elon Musk and Alex Jones. So they announced their engagement, but then shockingly, Elon Musk relocates SpaceX from California to Florida, which prompts Alex Jones to fight the anti-woke don't say gay law because nobody puts Alex in a corner. So it gets really confusing, because
Wow.
Alex likes to say stuff, and he's not gonna like relocating to Florida where he can't talk about his new gay lifestyle. So it's just gonna get
Wow.
confusing, and that's my prediction.
That is a confusing prediction. I have no idea what happened at the end of it. Ari, do you have a prediction?
Yes, I do. My prediction is that later this year,
Yeah.
a coffee table book is going to be published
Oh,
by the
wow.
title of "An Airline Passenger Says ... And you're just going to
Actually-
flip through it, and it's going to be
All
a
right,
bunch
that's
of
really
jokes.
smart. You should
That's
do
a good.
that.
That would be good bathroom reading. All the crazy airline stories this year.
From
You
real
can-
headlines.
You
Like,
can
Yeah,
real headlines.
exactly.
I like that. I might buy that coffee table book.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my kids would be confused by it. I have two predictions, and they're short. One
Go.
is that Airbnb is back in the news 4 months from now because their party algorithm racistly identifies more black people as
Exactly.
potential
Oh,
partiers.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean
That's
we know that's
100%.
coming. We know that's coming.
It's really just a matter of time. So I'm saying 4 months. I'm predicting 4 months is when that happens.
Yeah, because if you don't take a plane like 4 hours away for your vacation, then it must be a party, right?
I'm just I'm waiting for worlds to collide in which a woman is served a vegan bottle of water. The airline loses her bag, and then she gets to the Airbnb, and they reject her because she's been identified as a partier, and she's a black woman. I'm just waiting for the whole thing to come
these
together
tech
for
companies need to admit the obvious now, which is they're just trying to root like black people out of society because every algorithm
And gays.
identifies them as
And
the culprit.
gays.
That's true. Sorry,
And
I
gays.
left out the
How
gays.
dare
yeah.
you
Go.
discriminate
What's your other
against-
prediction?
The other prediction is in California, they passed the first only say gay law as
Ooh.
the next move in the
Only say gay, I like it.
woke movement. So you're not allowed to say anything about heterosexuality. They're going to go all the way the opposite direction, only teach homosexuality in schools, which I actually am cool with, ironically, but I do think it's the next shot at Ron DeSantis for
I like this
Gavin
a lot.
Newsom.
Because I've always been tired of the very heterocentric question of asking someone if someone else is gay. So maybe we can say in California you can only say is he straight? Is she straight? Right?
I think so.
Even the name straight. It's like
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So it would be
heterosexual.
Absolutely true.
So
Who do
it's
you
gonna be.
love?
I like
Oh
framing
no,
it
they
as
should
only
just look
say
at you and
gay.
be like, "Where's your man?"
They're gonna say, "Are you not gay?" That's what
He's
that
in
would be
my-
the question.
He's in my new electric Dodge Charger. For my man.
Those are my two predictions, both of
That's
which
it.
will come true.
We've done it.
All right.
That was Damian Morales and Emma Lurking and Ari the Data Queen. I'm Matt Mascardi. We are Free Float Media. Come back next week for whatever it is we do here. Goodbye.